Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Whoniverse. It's our first ever 40th episode.
Wow, 40th anniversary.
It's our 40th anniversary. Doctor Who didn't do anything for its 40th though, did it? It was during the hiatus, I think.
It was.
Special in what way?
It's special.
Never...
We're all here.
We are all here.
Yeah, we're all here.
This is unusual.
Yeah. Myself, Jamie.
Me, Lewis.
Me, Brian.
That's the best one we've ever done, isn't it?
It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah. Till Brian ruined it.
Till I joined in. I've been thinking. Another podcast I listen to, which is not family friendly, suggests lyrics for theme tunes. Like Match the Day is, we're going to win the football, we're going to win the cups, we're going to win the football, we're going to win the cups, and if we don't win all the football, we won't win all the cups. So if our listeners want to write in with lyrics to the Doctor Who tune, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, let's ruin the theme song. We've already ruined it, actually.
Yeah.
So, last Thursday, I was going to work. Came out of Greg's. You know, you go into Greg's, get your morning, butty or your morning pasty or whatever. Mm-hmm. Come out and, enjoy my nice hot beverage, my nice cheese and onion pasty, on a nice rainy winter's day. And I see Brian walking past. So a normal person will go and say, "Oh, hi Brian, how you doing?" He go, "Oh, hi Jamie, how are you doing?" But I didn't do that. No, I followed him really, really close.
That sounds just weird as hell.
To the point where I can smell yesterday's alcohol on him.
Really?
So I'm there following him.
Oh yeah.
And I see the legendary TARDIS in the back of his bag.
You followed me that closely that you could smell yesterday's alcohol on me on Thursday.
Yes.
Wow.
Nice.
Yes, because you go drinking on a Wednesday.
I don't drink during the week.
Of course you don't.
I'm on a health kick.
Yeah, we all believe you. So I'm just there, walking extremely closely. I could smell yesterday's alcohol on him, or whatever that was, Brian. Mm. And I think, TARDIS, we're gonna get the TARDIS. So I go out my way. Brian's looking at his bag.
Where's my bag?
Is this one yours?
Your bag's there.
There's still no TARDIS on it.
No, there is no TARDIS on it.
Yes. Can I have my TARDIS back?
So basically, I'm following him, and I'm trying to get his TARDIS. It's actually especially difficult because I'm not. Remember the first time I was on an escalator in the train station, so we both stood still, so it's a lot easier. But now I'm bringing my A game because I'm walking, and trying to take it off at the same time. Now somebody. I'm surprised Brian didn't notice, but someone actually stopped me whilst I was in the middle of it, thinking I was going to steal it off him, and I had to explain, "He's one of my mates, I do it all the time." So I'm trying to get the TARDIS off of his bag. By the way, I've been walking around work with it on my bag the entire time. So here's your TARDIS back.
Thank you. Can you stop stealing it, please?
No. So
I'll wire it up to the mains next time, then you'll be sorry.
This is how close you got to finding me out, though. Whilst I was in the middle of taking it, I'd just about taken it off, and you stopped suddenly to shake your umbrella, and I almost walked into the back of you.
Yeah, you are just oblivious to everything
yes,
around
you.
you.
You're so
have
easy.
some banging tunes going.
I think I think it helped that you had your earphones and your cheap Bluetooth
I was
blue
probably listening
earphones.
to some
Our podcast,
banging UK garage.
He was probably hanging. He was completely hanging at the time, so he couldn't concentrate on anything.
He was probably still high from yesterday's weed. It's good stuff.
Anyway,
so that's my Doctor Who story for the week.
Voting in the TARDIS.
So last week we were looking. You weren't here, were you, Lewis?
No, I wasn't.
So we're looking at the best companions from the 60s, and we narrowed. Like Brian brought a very big list of companions, and we had to narrow them down to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, a lot of our listeners don't actually watch Classic Who, so
how many votes did we get? So
27.
I didn't think it was that
Yeah.
many. Yeah, when I looked 2 nights ago, it was 22.
Yeah, but that's just because a lot of people, more people watch. I'd say more people watch Classic Who than New Who, but a lot of people who watch Classic Who don't know how to use the internet.
Ooh.
It's because we're
Yeah. So I don't hold it against anyone. But we are still going to go through with 60s. And it's just a good job we didn't just choose to go through with Doctors of the Classic. We'll be there forever. So 60s, 70s, 80s. And we'll do it on for a really easy poll. We'll do 90s as well. So we had Susan Foreman, Jamie McCrimmon, Ben Jackson, Zoe Herriot. Who did you vote for and why?
I voted Jamie just because his character is excellent.
From Scotland.
He's well, you know, I just think his character's excellent. He's very involved in all of the plot lines that I've seen him in anyway.
He's not just there to scream, is he?
No, he's there to get things done. You know, like, I didn't vote for the rest of them because I haven't seen. I don't know whether I've seen anything with Ben Jackson in it. Zoe, you know, I'm not too into her character, and Susan's just annoying. I'm sorry, guys, Susan is annoying.
Susan won.
I know.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Brian?
I voted for Zoe because I love an outsider.
Yeah, I think you're the only person who voted for that one as well, judging by the number of votes.
You're 4% of the vote.
I am 4% of the people.
You had a 4%.
Yes.
So, yeah, Susan Foreman being the winner, the granddaughter of the Doctor.
Yeah.
Half-Time Lord, I think. I can't remember.
I honestly don't know.
So we got some comments from our lovely listeners. Well, comment, because no one watches Classic Who.
Mm-hmm.
So we got our first comment from Grey Wolf Captain.
That's an excellent name, by the way.
Yeah.
Grey Wolf Captain.
So assuming as we all majority wanted Jamie, can you do a Scottish? Scotland.
I can try. As much as I wanted to go with Susan, being the doctor's granddaughter, I have to go with Jamie. He worked so well with the second Doctor, and he has fearless careers and smarts.
So it's a
He was.
So you've done a Scotsman who can't speak English.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, none of them can.
That's a low blow. That's really low.
Sorry, Scotland.
Oh, I don't care.
So you did a Scottish Serbian.
Did I?
You're very Serbian towards
Did I?
the end. It has to be
Hello.
Serbian.
I think if you're going to carry on doing this, you need to go online and like look up an accent and learn to do it.
I don't really care to do that.
The key to doing an accent is learning the phrase. There's a specific phrase for every accent. Like for Australians, the size of a tangerine.
Yeah.
You want to see a knife? This is a knife.
It's called colloquialism. If you
Don't forget you can email in your comments, even if you didn't vote, to thewhoniverseshow@gmail.com. We got our first comment from Jimmy Bernard,
Bernard, I'd reckon.
So Scotland again.
Jimmy is the most likely.
4 words in and he's gone Serbian.
Do you want to just do Serbian, like?
No. Jamie is the most likely to the
There it goes again.
as he is the only character that really stands out in 60s Doctor Who. All of the other companions and too conservative.
You're just adding words into a comment.
No, it says we're too conservative. There you go. We're too conservative and proper. Too PC. Jamie Hill. I can't do it, can I?
No.
No, you can't.
Jamie helped to push the envelope and was essential to the token Scottish guy. Essentially the token Scottish guy to help build diversity.
Yeah, it's what a world the 60s were, where having a Scottish person and a
meant
British
diversity.
person was diversity, you know. Like, let's get him involved.
Let's get a Scot in there, you know.
Yeah.
Get him to wear a kilt.
Yeah, where
the fans will love
it has to be extremely clear he is Scottish. Extremely, abundantly clear.
Put him in a kilt.
I don't know. Get him in a kilt.
And they could have given him the Scottish name of James, but what they decided to give him the feminine version of James, which is Jamie. So,
Okay.
Do you think there were angry letters to the Daily Mail?
Very angry
The casting
Scotsman.
of a
Yeah.
casting of a Scotsman from
colonels
colonels in their home counties.
Fair. Okay.
you know, some people can't tell the difference between a Scottish angry letter and a Scottish love letter.
To be fair, if you were going to go for a Scottish accent, Jamie's is very mild. You know, like it's almost
Yeah, if you don't want to make him too Scottish,
it's
nobody would
almost
understand.
non-existent. You know, like you could have gone for the Glaswegian.
Is he actually
accent
Scottish
rather-
though?
Fraser
Is he-
Hines. I don't think he is, no. He started in Emmerdale Farm for many years.
It's like blackface, isn't it? You just shouldn't do it.
Kilt face. Tarzan
You
face.
you mean blacking up?
You killed it.
Uh,
So
This conversation's gone off kilter.
yeah. So, topic of the Who cast. Who is the best 70s companion?
Yeah.
Or shall I say, companion?
Brian.
But can I get a laugh?
So I've done.
I'll add in a laugh track.
I've done it. You're gonna have to. I've done some exhaustive research into the 70s companions.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. So our first 70s companion was Dr. Liz Shaw.
Are you sure?
I am very sure.
you Liz Shaw?
Yeah, absolutely positive. She was a brilliant Cambridge academic who co-opted into unit as a scientific advisor. Highly intelligent, not afraid of action. Liz eventually headed back to Cambridge, advising that she just felt she was just there to pass the doctor test tubes.
Oh, look at that. So you go into the 70s of companions and the women start to have professions.
This is where we start getting strong female role models.
Was Liz
Elizabeth Sladen.
Was she the one in was it Spearhead from Space?
She was the first
She was the
companion.
first. Yeah. Of John.
Did Jamie reach into the 70s?
No.
Damn it. I want to vote for him again.
And then we had Josephine Jo Grant. She was feisty, loyal and a capable unit operative assigned to the doctor's new assistant. She left unit to marry environmentalist Professor Clifford Jones at the end of the Green Death. Another sort of strong female character. But then she found herself in, don't go down there, Joe. Oh, you've gone down there.
So there's no clear winners yet for the poll.
Then we had...
Oh, there's a clear winner.
Oh, yes.
The next one's a clear
Sarah
winner.
Jane Smith.
Who's that?
You know.
Sarah Jane Elizabeth Sladen, who died on the 7th of June 2011.
Oh, you're reading the comments that are underneath.
2010.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
She was a journalist.
We knew this, didn't we?
Who travelled first with the third Doctor under an assumed identity, posing as her virologist aunt, Lavinia Smith. She made her investigative instincts made her the ideal companion for the Doctor, and then she left at the end of Hand of Fear, saying she was sick of being chased by bug-eyed monsters and stuck on frozen planets.
Oh, she came crawling back, didn't she?
She did. She had her own adventures in the Sarah Jane Adventures,
Be interesting to see what she
including
did after
the clown
Doctor Who.
episode.
Yeah, the clown episode, yeah.
Yeah.
First
I
male
can't
companion
believe
of
that's
the
real.
70s was Harry Sullivan.
Was Harry the ginger guy?
No, dark hair, I think.
Really?
Who was the ginger guy? Because we want to know who would not...
Yeah.
He
Well,
was,
he
I'm
was the
coming to that.
80s, wasn't
we
he?
I hated
You're
that
thinking
guy.
of Turlo.
Yeah. Well, he didn't seem like a bad bloke. He just, I don't
He, was
know.
he wanted to leave him to die.
Did he?
Yeah, the doctor to die. I think it was in the cave of Androzani.
I wouldn't
No.
know the Caves of Androzani, but
He wasn't in the case of Androzani.
Oh, he was one of them.
What is it was in there? Perry.
Oh no, it was it Monsters on the Cheap?
No, the only one that
It
we've
was.
seen from
Warriors of
Warriors
the Deep.
Because Warriors of the
just
Deep.
leave him.
Yeah, and he was like, just leave him, and like he just went swimming, you know, like.
So Harry was a physician in the Royal Navy who was, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. I'm not you.
Yeah.
When you take up a role,
Sequestered.
Employed.
Something.
requested, that'll do. It's probably not the word I'm thinking.
No.
Seconded
Seconded. That's it.
to unit. Very, very clumsy chap. And he had a habit of calling Sarah old girl or old thing.
Okay.
I think I've seen
He's a bit
something with
patronising.
Very
him.
sexist.
Yeah.
Was he the sexiest though?
Sexy, still sexy.
Bow wow.
Then we had Leela from the planet Zoannon. No, that was a computer. She was from the server team warrior clan.
Was Stitch with her?
No. Leela? Lila?
I know.
You're thinking,
Yeah.
you're thinking Lilo and
Lilo
Stitch.
and Stitch. Yeah.
And she was kind of a Eliza Doolittle character, so the Doctor made her more
Human.
civilised.
No.
But she would quite happily stab someone in the throat if she needed
Nice.
to.
That's what
I love her already.
Yeah. I want to do research.
Have we done her? Leader episode. I don't think.
I haven't done her, no.
But can we?
It sounds like I want to.
Then we had.
There's too many men on this podcast.
We've had men. We've had women companions. A robot dog companion. K9.
K9.
From the inventor of K1.
No.
Damn it.
So he was given to the Doctor by his creator, Professor Mariner. So I was right when I said that last week. He was a mobile computer, travelled on board the TARDIS till he opted to remain on Gallifrey with Leela.
So it was loads of different K9s. Not too sure how
Mark
many there
1
are.
and 2.
There's another one as well later on, but that was in Sarah Jane
Yeah.
Adventures.
I think that was Mark 3.
Are they all the same K9?
Oh, don't know. Is my Peugeot 208 the same as my neighbour's 208?
I mean, you say a road sweeper, you know, it's only as good as his brush, so we do have to look after it. Yeah, you know, you do have to maintain it.
Yeah. Alright, Trig.
Just waiting for someone to ask me.
Had this 47 new handles and 33 new heads.
No, you're supposed to... Never mind. You're ruining my Only Fools and Horses joke.
The one joke in Only Fools and Horses.
Whoa.
Then we had Romana.
Whoa.
We had Romana 1 and 2. So Romana joined the Doctor.
Wait.
Romana.
Wait, Romana 1 and 2?
Yes.
Explain.
One's an
Well,
android.
Romana's a Time Lord and she regenerated. Or Time Lady.
Right, okay. What? Can you pronounce the full name there?
Oh, let me have a go.
Chance.
Go on, Jamie.
Hang on. Romana Voltrelunda.
No,
Was it close?
not even.
Can you try?
Romana Dov Treluda.
It's not Serbian.
Treluda.
And now we're going to hear it from the master himself. Come on, Brian.
Romana Deva.
Spoken like a true historian.
I can tell you things, but I can't.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, we need to whittle those down to 4.
Right, well, I don't see any clear winners. Like,
K9, Sarah Jane, Romana.
yeah, I tell you what, K9,
Yeah.
definitely. Sarah Jane,
Yeah.
Devo, Romana.
Yeah. Joe Grant. We need one from the Third Doctor.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Joe
So
Grant.
Spread them
Yeah.
over.
So Joe Grant, Sarah Jane, K9, and Romana.
With a K9 Mark 1 and Mark 2 were the same.
Yeah,
character, right?
we'll
Romana 1 and 2 are the
one and
same
two are the same.
person.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then. Yeah.
Okay,
You have
so
to text me those a bit later on to remind me
Yeah.
so I can
I
set the
can't
poll.
tell you who will win that poll, but I can definitely tell you who will lose.
Who will lose?
Joe Grant.
Joe Grant.
Yeah, Joe Grant every time.
I can tell you who will win it.
I'll vote for it.
I'll vote for it as well. You know what? If there's only 20
Pity
votes, if there's only like 20 votes, we could actually just skew the results.
Yeah.
And I think it's a li-
Should we all just vote for Joe Grant just
Yeah.
for the kicks?
people typically just only vote if they know the people they're voting for, so they might only
Yeah.
recognise one character.
Yeah.
That's why I think,
Yeah.
because a lot of them are New Who fans.
A lot of them recognise Sarah Jane and K9.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas not many people may have even heard of Joe Grant.
Well, she did appear in the Sarah Jane
Even
Adventures.
Romana, to be fair, like.
Joe Grant's the one with a massive smile, isn't she?
Yeah.
The one that goes from like literally not cheek to cheek, ear to ear. Like her smile wraps around her face to the point where you could her top of her head could like
I think
flip off.
I think dear Katie Manning may have had some work done.
I was actually reading up on her last night. She was in the Carnival of Monsters. Yeah.
More weeks later.
So moving on to our next topic of the show before we come on to Carnival of the Monsters. Lewis, time for Nubian News Network.
Right. There's not much this week.
Really?
In terms of news, well, there's big news, but there's not much. The only news is that if you've seen the BBC's YouTube page,
Instagram, Twitter.
15 seconds of footage showing the TARDIS going through the vortex, coming out the other end, sort of, flying around a little, and then it just stating, coming soon, watch this space. 23rd of November, I believe.
Yeah.
The
Is there anything significant about that? Yeah.
the
Okay.
anniversary, the anniversary
Day after Kennedy got shot.
as well.
More importantly, yeah.
13 days after announced as well.
You
on
could
the
say
13th
Kennedy getting
Doctor.
shot is the reason we saw Doctor Who today.
Yeah.
So
thank you for dying.
thank you, Kennedy.
Don't spill your juice.
Okay, and the other bit of not so important news. Oh wait, there was the little bit about is it going to be a Christmas special? Is it going to be? What would you prefer, Jamie?
I live in a world where like we don't get Doctor Who as often as we used to. I preferred it when it was split into 2 seasons, so we'd have like it would literally feel like we had new Doctor Who every 6 months. Would it be so bad to have both?
It's okay, Jamie. It's okay.
Like what?
Jamie, you can cry. We're in a safe space.
David Tennant had both.
I know.
What was it? The
End of Time.
End of Time Part 1 and Part 2. It was a Christmas Day episode and a New Year's episode for Regeneration.
So both would be nice. I'd love both. You know, I'd love 2 episodes quite close to each other like that, running around about an hour. But if I had to choose, it'd be Christmas Day, just because you've got the time to watch it on the day.
I'll be honest, when it aired on New Year's Day, I didn't have time to watch it because everything's open on Christmas on New Year's Day. I'm like shopping. I'm getting in on those New Year's sales. I had to fight an old lady last year. Sorry, Brian.
That was just Brian dressed as an old lady.
Or was it an old lady dressed as me?
Wow. Mind blown.
You know, you've got a twin here anyway, Brian. Anyway.
The second bit of news on this one would be they've just released a set of Doctor Who sonic screwdrivers. This is a big...
Whoa.
Jamie's all over this. He just perked up so much for it. So it goes from... They are missing some. I believe the second Doctor's not in there, but I don't know whether the second Doctor had a sonic...
Do you know what I want to do?
So they've got third,
I'm going to buy all the sonic screwdrivers and go to each individual Doctor that's still alive.
Right.
And get them autographed.
So you can buy them individually, right, which are about £15 each. Or you can buy the whole set for the not so small price of $69.99. It comes with...
Isn't it cheaper to buy the whole set?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Comes with 6 sonic screwdrivers, starting with third.
Wait, hang on.
Working up.
There's only 6 sonic screwdrivers?
No, there's more, but,
No, like, for the Doctor's sonic screwdrivers, there's only 6.
There are rumours as well.
Christopher Eccleston Tennant had the same one.
Yeah. But the thing is, I'm not so sure. I'd have to do research on it, but the place where I heard about this from Ace Creeper. Hi Ace, if you ever listen to our show. Ace Creeper, he was saying that there were some missing from the set. Okay. So it could be that the BBC will, their marketing organisation will release the rest of them in a different set.
Can I just say that ugliest sonic screwdriver is Jodie Whittaker's?
It's phallic, isn't it?
It's just all the other sonic screwdrivers look polished.
Yeah, but
and then there's Jodie Whittaker's, which looks like
she did have to make it herself.
Whereas
the other Doctors just gone to slot in a console and the TARDIS going
ping, ping.
Yeah, TARDIS got excited.
But yeah, it has a good deal of sonic screwdriver. I saw a picture of the set, and 3, 4, and 5 all look the same or similar, very similar. There's different heights of the screwdriver, and the top bit has a little bit of difference. But apparently, they have these screwdrivers have sonic abilities. No, have special abilities. So basically, Matt Smith's. I don't think the original one extended. The one that you've got.
It does.
Oh, does it?
I've actually got a. This one doesn't extend. But I've got a Wii controller, Matt Smith's on screwdriver. Yeah, doesn't work, but
I love that scene where he just him and David Tennant are going at who's got the bigger
screwdriver. Conversating Regeneration. It's a lottery. Excellent.
So yeah, that's out. Jamie, have a look online. You'll find it, and you'll have to convince your wife that you.
My wife's a Whovian. I don't have to convince my wife anything.
I get your wife's a Whovian, but £70, it's quite a lot of money to spend.
Like, okay, let me chip in.
Totally not.
Just jealous. So is that it for?
Yeah, that's everything I've got.
Hughes.
Hughes.
Huey, Louie, and Hughes.
Huey Lewis and then
Yeah,
No.
so quick roundup. What do you think it's going to be? New Year's or Christmas?
I think I'll go with Christmas.
Lewis?
I hope it's Christmas, but I've
think
got a
that-
feeling it's going to be New Year.
I think we're going to go with New Year's as well. But I want it to be Christmas.
Yeah.
It's not the same. We're ruined Christmas.
It's
Like, as an adult, you don't care about presents anymore because you've got your own disposable income, so you kind of have everything already. So Doctor Who is the only thing you have to look forward to on Christmas.
Day, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got a kid, and I have to do things for this kid. Buying presents.
Even though he's too young to even realise what you're doing as well.
You won't
Yeah.
be grateful.
Yeah. I say you don't buy him presents and just buy yourself presents instead, Jamie.
Let him open them though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I've got some
Oh,
pictures.
no, that one's for Daddy.
Yeah, you open it with for Daddy.
Yeah. You can have the wrapping paper.
So, Brian, we've got
Yes.
Who's Story.
We have, and we looked at Carnival of Monsters.
Carnival of Monsters.
It is not the theme music, but should have been. So, an exciting adventure starring the Third Doctor and Joe Grant, where they end up inside a miniscope.
I was going to mention, I wanted to discuss that.
Yeah.
It's a good job because it's a topic of the
They
show.
basically get trapped inside that. The Doctor manages to get out, sort everything out, go back in, and then gets out again.
So, I brought your DVD back, Brian,
Marvellous.
but I watched it on Blu-ray instead.
Awesome. You got it.
Yeah.
What did you think, Jamie?
You know what? I haven't looked at the reviews online or anything, but I feel like the reviews online may be a bit negative. But I really enjoyed it. It was a really, really fun episode. There wasn't a lot going on in it,
No.
but that was kind of a charm of it. It was kind of like a filler in an anime. You know, you get your filler episodes, which don't really add anything to the plot, but we do add a lot to the characters and what sorts of people they are. And I really enjoyed it. It's just a fun episode. You don't have to take it too seriously, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a bit weird.
Very weird. Especially the costumes.
Yeah. Don't you feel they were dressed like from out of Wizard of Oz?
Slightly.
With the rosy cheeks and I think it was like a green suit. And the first, it was the woman who took her clothes off first. I thought she was going to keep taking her clothes off and keep taking them off.
It's Doctor Who.
Yes.
Yeah, but seriously, you should have seen her. Oh, you've seen it?
No.
I knew you wouldn't have seen it. Why don't you ever watch History?
I don't know.
You have like an hour lunch every day.
I get that.
You could watch one episode a day.
I'm just rubbish. I'm just really rubbish at
You are rubbish.
dealing with things like this.
It was a really good episode. You missed out, Lewis.
Yeah.
You really missed out. You're turning into Brian when we're doing class.
Yeah, no.
Refusing to watch classic.
If you don't want to watch Classic Who,
I do want to watch Classic Who. It's just time to do it, and I could do it at work, but I'm always out doing something else. Or I have no
With
idea.
his new friends at work.
I don't have new work
you
friends.
don't have friends.
No.
Oh. I did actually want to bring something up that Lewis brought to my attention today. So, Lewis came to find us today, bearing gifts in exchange for £1.
Hey,
The-
you didn't
the
even
one-
pay me £1.
The one wise
I'll
man.
give you the £1
I
tomorrow.
don't want the pound. It's okay.
Oh, so okay, it brought me a gift
Yeah.
which didn't cost £1. Thank you, Lewis.
No worries.
I love you.
Is that said gift there?
All 6 of them.
Oh, there's more gifts, but I'll bring those up at the end of the show so we don't get too sidetracked.
Okay.
So, this episode that we watched was about a collection of moments in time.
Yeah.
So there's a Doctor Who book called The Last Dodo. Let me read you the blurb,
Yeah.
the summary. What do you call the back of a book? Blurb.
Synopsis.
Synopsis.
whatever
The
you
Doctor
wanna call
and Martha go in search of a real-life dodo and are transported by the TARDIS to the mysterious museum of The Last Ones. There in the Earth section, they discover every extinct creature up to present day, all still alive and in suspended animation. The preservation is the museum's only job, collecting the last of every endangered species from all over the universe. Doesn't that sound
I
like...
think that's Whoniverse. Oh, sorry. No, we're not doing that yet.
Doesn't that sound like the machine in Carnival of Monsters?
It does a bit, yeah. Although the machine in Carnival Monsters was outlawed by the Time Lords. It's a highly illegal device.
Yeah, just the Time Lords, though. Who are they anyway?
Yeah, what do they know?
I just feel like maybe the things going missing in this book were by the guys in the Carnival of Monsters.
Oh, Vogue. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a thought. It would be really interesting to link them together. But it's a really good idea for a story, that anyway. But I wonder if they took inspiration from that, or if it was just a coincidence. There's so much Doctor Who in so much Whoniverse that things can replicate.
Yeah.
Wibbly wobbly.
Timey-wimey.
A couple of production notes on Carnival of Monsters. It was the first time that third Doctor was able to pilot the TARDIS.
Really?
Because third Doctor was exiled on Earth by the Time Lords, and then they would occasionally send him on missions to other planets and other times. So it's the first time he was able to pilot the TARDIS of his own free will.
How does that work? How do you bind the Doctor to Earth? I mean, surely you could just
took
wander
away
out.
his knowledge of how to pilot the TARDIS as part of his punishment.
Wait,
really?
Earthlings did this?
No, the Time Lords did.
Oh, the Time Lords. Oh, right. Okay, I get it. So how did he pilot it, though?
Plot holes.
Plot holes.
Massive,
got
great big stinking plot holes.
Yeah, gotta love a plot hole.
He relearned how to fly the TARDIS.
Pretty much so, yeah.
He self-taught himself.
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
Well, the TARDIS does have an operation manual, as River
Yeah,
Song makes
and
us aware. And
you can actually buy the instruction manual as well for the Type 40.
excellent.
Have you not seen it? I thought that's what you were referencing.
No. River Song states it in one of the
that's the book that was released.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
right.
Type 40 instruction manual.
Nice.
But
it was also the only third Doctor story to feature the Cybermen, albeit kind of briefly.
Didn't you... It was the first one to feature what?
It was the only third party. Still with work. The only third Doctor story to feature the Cybermen.
He never fought the Cybermen?
No.
Oh.
And he would have been ideal to fight the Cybermen, I think.
Yeah, he'd have punched them.
Yeah, it was kind of a...
He literally had a boxing match in the
Earth 3 was very
There
kind
was-
of James Bond style Doctor, wasn't it?
The
A
five
very
Doctors,
lacklustre boxing match, by the way.
The Five Doctors had the Cybermen,
Yeah.
and Pertwee was in that as well, though.
Yeah.
So technically, he's gone up against them twice. Just
Look, he's the history lesson. Do you have to... He's a historian.
But
Stop challenging
the Five
him.
Doctors wasn't a third Doctor story, it was a fifth Doctor story.
okay, I'll give you that.
So,
Did you feel that the episode was maybe set in Heathrow in the baggage checking area?
yeah.
Like there's too much
Did you
contamination.
pack this miniscope yourself? Is there any way someone could have had access to this miniscope?
No, I've got authorization from the appropriate. I've got all the appropriate documents signed, triple signed, lost, found again, and copied in triplicate.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Anyone?
It was very. It felt very British airport all the way through. Well, we were literally going to destroy his baggage,
Yes.
essentially, which is the actual procedure in an airport as well.
They blow things up in case they've got bombs in.
It was a good episode, though.
It was a good story, I enjoyed it. I thought possibly it was one episode too long. It could have been done in 3 parts.
Could have been in one part.
That's true.
I think a lot of the classic Doctor Who episodes are kind of dragged out into 4 parts. I think that was just the formula they were going for.
Yeah.
But very rarely did they need to be 4 parts. Very rarely. Like it was an episode we watched before where was that guy, was that DJ?
Oh,
Who's supposed to be a comedian.
Of the Daleks.
Yeah.
Like you could
Sales,
cut
yeah.
out all of his parts and the entire show would have been 3 episodes shorter.
I think that was the season where I might be blaming the wrong person, but John Nathan Turner, who was the showrunner at the time, wanted someone famous in every episode.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, that does work. We still do that now, where we have like guest stars.
Yeah, but one a story is a bit too much.
Alexis Hale was big at the time as
Yeah.
well. You know, like his comedy career had taken off. And
The thing is, like, now when we have someone enter a show that's famous, they're good at their job. We're not just on there because they're famous. Like, you wouldn't have a comedian come on who doesn't know how to act. Like, you wouldn't catch Jimmy Carr in Doctor Who. Ian Boy is arguably the most famous comedian currently.
If we wanted to imagine what Jimmy Carr would sound like in Doctor Who.
Lewis. But yeah, it was really good. It's definitely one of my... I wouldn't say my favourite one. My favourite Pertwee episode is the one with Boba Fett in it.
Time Warrior.
Yeah. Did you watch that one?
Yeah, I think so.
Boba Fett's in that one.
Yeah.
I remember looking it up after that. Oh my god.
Doc from EastEnders. If we're giving people their...
I don't watch EastEnders, but I remember Doc. She was always in my laundrette. Yeah. EastEnders is a soap, by the way, American listeners, and do please don't watch it. It's horrible. Sorry, Brian, I know you watch it, but it's just because you're old.
Yes, I am old.
Wait, do you watch all the soaps?
I don't watch it.
You watch soap?
You watch
on
all
the
the
TV
soaps?
while I'm in the background.
Oh my god, he watches
That's really bad.
My future wife's simple.
He watches them all.
and doesn't listen to the show.
No. She's thinking you're simple watching these soap operas.
Oh my god.
I can't believe it.
I want to clarify, I do not watch soap operas. My future wife watches.
No, you have to leave.
You do. Go now.
Bye.
I thought the Shrink Wheel was a really cool concept as well in the episode. It was very Honey, I Shrunk the Whovians.
I shrunk the Doctor and his companion. I enjoyed it. Do you want to mark it out of... What do we do for Twee? Is it capes?
Capes, yeah.
Capes out of 10.
Trying to think how to grade this one. I want to say 7, but I don't know if that's too high. Because it's like nothing actually... It doesn't add anything, but does it need to? Because it's a good story by itself, which is what I kind of like. Yeah, I'm going to go for 7 capes. Yeah. You know what? I'd watch it again as well. Which is very rare for a classic, because a lot of the classic episodes we're very predictable.
Yeah.
The writing's very simplistic. But this one was kind of unique in its storytelling, you know, with its technology they use, kind of universe they created within the episode, within the entire story of that. I would actually watch it again, and probably find new things, because it's very packed with information. There was that race of people, I can't remember what they're called, the airport security.
Kind of customs officials.
Yeah. And they were like straight out of Hitchhikers as well.
Very similar.
Yeah. You need to watch this episode, Brian.
Brian?
Yeah, you know what, yeah.
I have watched it.
Sorry, young Brian. Yeah, 7 capes. Yeah, I'm sick with 7 capes.
7 as well.
Whoa. Young Brian, don't put me in with this soap opera watching Bozo.
Just because he watches EastEnders. I know a really good EastEnders joke, by the way.
Go on.
Your mum's so fat, but when she fell down the stairs, I thought EastEnders had finished.
You're going to have to explain that one to the American listeners.
Well, that's the EastEnders music.
Yeah, listen to the theme tune.
Write the theme tune.
Don't listen to the theme tune. Don't go anywhere near EastEnders.
Can I do my soap opera joke?
Okay.
Go on.
Who is Beyonce's favourite character in Emmerdale?
I don't know.
All the Dingle ladies.
Please don't.
Okay, I won't do my soap opera joke then.
No, just stop.
Children are crying right now at that.
No, but children don't know what it's talking about.
The Americans won't.
No, the older audience listening to the show are like, oh god.
Oh my god.
I'm not listening to this anymore.
So we're on to...
Well, can we just... for next week's Who's She Listen?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You said you wanted a Leela story.
What you got?
I've got
Leela.
The Talons of Wayne Chiang.
Oh man, this is that. Oh god, is this the one where some white guy China's up and
yellow face?
This is gonna be cringy, guys.
Sorry, what?
Right, so there's this episode, the one that you mentioned. It's this episode where this white guy China's up for
He
an
makes
episode.
himself Chinese.
Yes.
Yeah, for an episode, and it's very stereotypical 70s Chinaman as well. So you can imagine what it's going to be like. It's going to be very cringy to watch.
And just for the audience, like, no offense when I do this, but is he doing it like this?
Yeah. Yes.
Me raw hungry.
Yeah, me so sorry, me so sorry.
Yes.
Pretty much. No, that's really bad.
It's going to be horrible to listen. So.
I'm really sorry if we caused any offence there.
To be fair, it's a product of its time, and you've got to take it at the value, face value of what it was.
The actor who plays Li Sheng-chang, who's
Hasn't
the
found work
Chinaman you
since.
referred to, is called John Bennett.
John Bennett. Hello, John.
That's such a white name as well.
It is, yeah. It's like white as...
Trash.
White as snow.
You couldn't get any whiter.
So it did cause a lot of controversy, obviously, depending on how you look at it at the time.
Did it cause controversy back in the time, or was it after the fact? Was it years after? When people were revisiting Classic Who? Because I can't imagine that it would have caused that controversy at the time, given the state of,
when I was rewatching
political
Ghostbusters...
correctness hadn't come in at the point.
I was rewatching Ghostbusters and that's very controversial.
Yeah.
Like, Bill Murray was pretty much, like, very rapey.
Was he?
Yeah, like, it was so creepy.
Yeah.
Like, he literally walked into a house, walked around, said, I'm in love with you, and walks into a bedroom, says, I'm waiting.
Oh, who are you going to call about that? So it certainly now is a piece of its time.
Yes, you have to see it.
Have I got this episode?
I don't know. I shall bring it in tomorrow just in case you haven't.
What season is it? What Doctor is it?
It's the fourth Doctor.
It's
So it's a Petrie.
No,
No, he's second.
it's Tom Baker.
It's third.
Tom Baker.
Tom Baker.
So is it... I've got season 18.
Tom Baker.
Tom Baker.
I'm fairly sure it's not season 18,
Then I'll need it.
but I can double
I'm
check.
still waiting for season 12 to be brought
I'm
back
actually
up for pre-order.
I'm
then.
actually going to watch this one.
Season 14.
Okay, I don't
So,
have that
yeah.
one. You have to bring it in.
I will bring that in. Don't worry.
And yeah, Lewis, not only... I'm so glad you're going to watch it, but it's also part of your role in the podcast to watch it, just so you know.
Hey, fire me.
Well, funny you should say that. Jamie and I were talking
We
before
were
you
having a
got here.
meeting before the podcast started about getting rid of you. We don't like your face.
No, fair
So either you
enough.
turn up with a bag over it, or you don't turn up at all.
Okay, I won't turn up at all.
But
See you later.
But thank you for my
I'll
books.
start my own Doctor Who podcast.
Yeah?
It'll be much more successful.
Who's going to be in it?
Me.
Lose my voice. So, we're on to... Universal Hogwash.
Universe Hogwash.
Universal Hogwash, Universal Hogwash, is it real, is it fun?
You always have this demonic look in your eye when you're singing that, Jamie.
It is slightly disturbing, isn't it?
Now,
it is, yeah. Very
The person who
disturbing.
wrote this left a note at the top. Now, I don't read these ahead of time.
It's Johnny Pratt, isn't it?
I'm not telling you.
It is Johnny Pratt.
Yeah.
So, the person who wrote this wrote something at the top, and I don't know if it's a hint or... because I don't read these ahead of time. So I think if I already know the answer myself,
Okay.
it might give it away.
Give it away. Yeah.
So, the note up top is...
Give it away now.
There is-
Give it away.
There is
What
one
I gotta
question
give it
that
to
might
you.
seem to be a mistake. It is not.
Okay.
Lots of love, Johnny.
Yeah.
LOL. Johnny. Here's Johnny! It's not Johnny. It's not Johnny, by the way.
It's Johnny Pratt.
If Johnny's listening-
Question 1. Who goes first?
I won last week.
Okay,
I
Brian.
believe.
I mean, last week we didn't play, but okay, Brian.
Yeah. I'm always a winner. We're all winners.
No, we're not. There is definitely winner and loser. Unfortunately, I'm falling foul.
Brian. The Crusade. The TARDIS arrives in 12th century Palestine, where a holy war is in progress between the forces of King Richard, the Lionheart, and Saracen ruler Saladin. Barbara is abducted in a Saracen ambush, and the Doctor, Ian, and Vicky make their way to King Richard's place in the city of Jaffa. Cake. Universal Hogwash.
Universe.
Okay. Lewis.
I'm going to say Whoniverse.
What's your basis verse?
Well, I don't know whether it's Whoniverse or Hogwash, but
Copying Brian,
I
got ya.
believe that King Richard was 13th century, so it sort of.
Well, it's 12th century, so.
No, it's 13th. It's 1200, isn't it?
TARDIS arrives in 12th century Palestine.
No, right.
Do you want to change your answer?
I thought it was 12. No, we'll stick.
Okay. It's Whoniverse, by the way. I'll try to trick you.
Yeah.
This is the 6th serial of season 2 of Doctor Who. It is the only story of that season to have missing episodes. Dun dun dun, Louis.
I think it's pronounced Saracen.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. And is it the city of Jaffa or is it Jaffa Cake?
Just Jaffa, I think.
Probably Jaffa. Yeah.
You know what one of my favourite songs is?
No.
It's the Eye of Tiger, it's the king of the fight. The Eye of the Scorpion. 1400 BC, Egypt is in mourning. Pharaoh, the great god king, is dead. The future of the two kingdoms of Egypt is uncertainty, as the council of priests debates the claim to the throne. Out in the deserts around Thebes. Okay. Egypt's capital.
This is not Friends crossover.
A warlord is assembling an army, waiting for just the right moment to strike at Egypt's heart. But all of Egypt's enemies are outside the city. What is the secret of a strange box discovered in the desert? When the TARDIS arrives nearby, it has apparently been hijacked by the Doctor. It's a very long description.
It is a very long description. What was the name of it? Eye of the Scorpion.
Eye of the Scorpion, the king of the fight, rising up to fight a war.
I'm gonna say Hogwash.
Brian?
It sounds incredibly Stargatey to me.
It is incredibly Stargate, but
So I'm going to agree with my learned friend and say Hogwash.
I don't think it is Stargate though.
Universe.
Is it?
Yeah. This was a Big Finish audio drama released in 2001.
Really?
Is it a Stargate Big Finish audio adventure?
No.
I don't think it did Big
But,
Is there any
I was expecting
Stargate?
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
not. I mean, this fan fiction, but let's not get into that.
Rule 32. Brian. Journey's End. All hell has broken loose. Humanity is threatened with global annihilation as Anubis and Goa'uld Emperor prepare to detonate a bomb that will wipe out all of existence. O'Neill is helpless, and the SGC faces destruction. The only hope lies with Tok'ra, but Khan predicts that one will die.
Universe Hogwash.
Brian, Lewis.
Anybody?
You need to get your guy to write.
Is anyone still listening?
Honestly, it's Hogwash.
You're saying Whoniverse Hogwash.
Yeah.
You're saying Hogwash.
Yeah. Journey's End is an episode of Stargate.
Okay. It's Whoniverse.
No, it's not.
This was episode 13 of series 4 of New Who.
No,
I switched most of the names to Stargate mostly, so now you'll know if I mess up again in the future or not.
what?
No, that wasn't the plot.
That's what was wrote. I'll have words with him.
Davros was blowing up the universe.
I think it switched it around the other
reality
way.
bomb.
So
the reality
it's tried to trick you into thinking it's a Stargate one when it's actually Doctor Who.
That is messed up.
Yeah.
So what did I said? Universe Hogwash.
Yes. So you get 1 point.
So I get no points.
You get no points. What's the score there?
3-2. I scorer.
Oh, it's really close though.
Damn you, Johnny Pratt.
The Fate of Atlantis. Is this a Stargate one?
Alright, okay.
Sounds like
1939, the eve of World War II. Nazi agents are about to get their hands on a weapon more dangerous than the atom bomb. Only the Doctor can stop them before they unleash the deadly secret that sank Atlantis.
Right, I'm gonna say Whoniverse.
Okay.
I am going to say Universe Hogwash.
Okay, Brian, you get 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
And Lewis, you get 0 points. This was an Indiana Jones video game released in 1992. Full name, Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis.
Okay. I knew it wasn't Stargate. But meh.
Last one.
Yep.
What's the score?
4-2.
It's really close.
Not really.
Yeah, but if Brian gets nothing and you get everything, it's a draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you have a
we're playing
tiebreaker?
No.
Okay.
There's never a tiebreaker. The Sands of Time. The Doctor is in Victorian London with Nyssa and Tegan. A city shrouded in mystery. When Nyssa is kidnapped in the British Museum, the Doctor and Tegan have to unlock the answers to a series of ancient questions. Their quest leads them across continents and time as an ancient... It's only one ancient, I stuttered, sorry. An ancient Egyptian prophecy threatens future England. To save Nyssa, the Doctor must foil the plans of the mysterious Sedan Rasul. But as mummies stalk the night, an ancestor terror stirs in its tomb.
Does sound like possibly a Virgin New Adventure or a Big Finish adventure. I'm going to say Hogwash Whoniverse.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Hogwash then. Because I was going to say Hogwash for the title because I believe that's the title to one of the Prince of Persia games, and Hogwash just because Brian said Whoniverse, and I don't want to agree with him.
Okay, well you are right. Prince of Persia is in one of the games. It's called Sands of Time. Mm-hmm. It's also the name of one of the Virgin Missing Adventure series, released in 1996. It's Whoniverse. So what's the final score, Brian?
5-2.
5-2. I think that's the biggest. Actually, no, it's not the biggest loss we've ever had because you both had relatively low scores.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was 10-2.
Yeah.
Why do you have to keep going against Brian like that? He had a really good...
I know, I should just agree with him on everything, and then, I'd at least draw, and then there'd be no more losing.
You know what I usually do? I'm surprised none of you have cottoned onto it yet.
What's that?
I actually wait for you both to answer before I ask why you answer it, but he goes ahead and tells me after he's chosen anyway. So I'm there thinking, oh, Lewis, that's sound reasoning.
Yeah, but I don't listen to him, that's what it is.
No one ever does.
So
Might will be a Leonard Cohen album.
Before we end the show, I might just go through what Lewis brought me. So, it brought some Doctor Who books. And there was one thing I'm allergic to.
What's that?
It's books.
Yeah, okay.
So, we got The Last Dodo, which I gave a read. I read the blurb off in the history lesson.
I was surprised to find them in hardback as well. I didn't know they came in hardback.
Wooden Heart are the first editions.
These are second editions. The paperback is the first edition.
Take it back. No. We got Doctor Who Autonomy.
Yeah.
Is that a first edition?
That is the first edition, yeah.
But
the paperbacks are worth nothing, first edition. So.
And we also have...
I like this. I actually read
now,
quite a bit
I was
of this.
thinking we could end each show with a page of his book as we choose our own Doctor Who adventure.
What, and just go through it, yeah.
Yeah. Doctor Who, Decide Your Destiny, Second Skin.
Yeah, there's actually 4 of them. If you have a look at the reverse cover,
There's actually 10.
Oh, is there?
This is the 10th.
Ah, right. Okay.
That's just
So
what's
that's
also
just-
available.
that's
Does it
just
say
the most
10
recent.
because it's the 10th Doctor?
Possibly. Yeah.
Oh. That's a good call, actually.
Yeah.
No, there's definitely a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In the back of the book there's 12 of these, is there?
Actually, no, I think these are just other Doctor Who
Other
books.
Doctor Who books, yeah.
Yeah. Thing is that you can skip into the middle of a book. It's not necessarily spoiling it because it's choose your own adventure.
I mean, you'd start at the beginning and then you answer a question at the end as to which way you want to go.
This would be a really good one to
of the
read to my
first
son as well.
page,
So thank you, Lewis.
And then you jump ahead to however many pages it tells you.
Now, the piece de la resistance.
Were Choose Your Own Adventure books a thing when you were younger?
I did read a few of them.
Yeah, they were definitely when I was young.
Yeah, definitely.
Written on
The school
papyrus.
library had a lot of them.
Now, just for the audio listeners, because obviously it's audio, so we can't see how big the book is.
Yeah.
That's big.
It's absolutely blinding as well.
It's actually giving me an epileptic.
That's a bad thing in a pop-up book.
So open the book.
It's not in the best condition.
I think it just needs a bit
He
of...
doesn't come off.
Bit of TLC.
To pop up like that, pop up off the page like that. But there's a lot of little pull-outs and this sort of thing. Oh, I didn't notice that. See what happened with the Cyberman there?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the Cyberman's chest opens up when you pull one of the tabs.
Yeah. There's this one that goes up and down. So it's basically it's an interactive book.
Yeah,
I mean, books were already interactive by turning the pages, but now they're more interactive.
Yeah. This one
folds
folds
out,
out into the
It's good quality. It's
Captain
good quality.
Kinane Thomas there.
Yeah.
It's
It
good
was
quality
called.
printing as well on this.
Yeah.
I really no, you don't.
What do you do with this one? Ah, right, okay.
I remember shifts
supposed to
flies
do.
around the page.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favourites. I can teach my son how to count.
Yeah. I see.
You could make him watch Countdown to do that.
Yeah, it's meant to go the other way, I believe.
Yeah, I know.
It's
It's
a
because
bonus.
it's
a
upside down.
countdown,
That's
yeah.
why.
So it's like a countdown timer. You just sort of push it through the
2.
page. Yeah.
Don't go to 0.
Oh, is it 10 again?
We're okay. We're okay.
It went to 0. Goodness.
Oh, that's
knows.
nice.
It's a bit like the countdown in Robot.
So
That countdown started over and over again.
next page is Paradox Earth with the storyline with the Master and the what are they called? Telephone or
And
something?
if I-
Soclophane.
If
Soclophane.
I
Proper
skip
thing,
to
that's
the
it.
end,
Oh, it's Kylie.
because
Kylie Minogue.
we're running on time now.
Yeah, that is excellent. That's like
That's cool.
it needs a bit of TLC, like I think it could
actually
be
needs
done.
gluing down or something.
Because the tab's not broken or anything like that, so I think it just needs slotting back in where it's meant to go. But yeah,
Wherever it's meant to go.
yeah, just have a look at it and see if you can
Can we
repair
fix
it.
it?
I
Yes,
think
we can.
I think you can. I think it'd be right, but
Yeah.
basically it's a pop-up, an accurate pop-up of
Nice.
the 10th
Yeah.
TARDIS.
There should be.
Oh
an-
look,
Oh look,
Well,
Doctor's
the
wife,
daughter wife,
Yes. Stroke.
daughter wife, stroke daughter wife,
Daughter.
granddaughter.
Yeah.
It's not weird at all.
Not at all. I think there should be an Amy Pond pop-up book. She makes me pop up.
You've been waiting all day to tell that joke.
You
Yeah.
seriously have.
You didn't
Oh
tell me
look,
not
Amy,
to.
Amy Pond is actually
Yeah,
in this
she
book.
is.
Look,
Yeah.
she's there. She's there. Fires of Pompeii.
Yeah.
Wait to see her.
Before
hang
she,
on.
Before she was Amy Pond.
Ooh.
That's pretty good, eh? No,
Does
I
remind me slightly of Terry Gilliam's animations on Monty Python.
Oh
if you're
yeah,
familiar
yeah.
with
It has that. Yeah, it really does.
It's really it's
It's an interesting piece.
basically
isn't it?
it's a fact book on Doctor Who,
Yeah.
a really interesting one to say the matter. But how much did you pay for this?
Well, all of those books together, so the four
So 1, 2, 3, 4,
readables
5
and that one.
books.
So I paid £6. Sorry, £1 for 6 books. One of the books was one of my daughter's, kids' books. So it was a Winnie the Pooh book. So I paid less than £1 for those 5 books.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
I mean, for this pop-up book, the RRP is $17.99.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, it's not in the best condition, but like it's.
Sorry, all your listeners. But yeah, so I think this would be a good one to read at the end of each week.
Yeah, just
maybe.
read a page and get through the
We
event.
won't do it this week
We
because
we could
running on time.
give the decision to the listeners to make. It could be like, can you do more than one poll at a time?
I can, but it would just get too confusing to run. And we don't want. Can you imagine? Right, so you think about of the classic votes where we struggle to get 20.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter.
No, I think it'd be just a good one to do a page of ourselves
Yeah.
and we'll just have a bit of banter about where it should go next.
Yeah.
Do we want to be a complete horrible companion? Because
Yeah.
one of the pages was like, what do we do next? Listen to the Doctor, and I'm like thinking, no.
Or you can go against him. I was going against him every time. It leads you down some pretty interesting avenues.
Yeah.
Do you want this one as well, Jamie?
Do you not want it?
No, I'm trying to free up space in the house.
Oh, I'll have it.
Yeah, when I've done the companion
Yeah.
info.
How much do you want for it?
I don't want anything for it.
Oh my god.
I will just
I actually really like that book as well.
safety for my TARDIS. That's what
Yeah,
I'm for.
I mean, I see these things in charity shops, and I don't really collect things. So I know that Jamie does. I pick them
Well,
up.
I'm a massive collector. I'm actually going to start running out of space in my
Yeah.
house. But there's this room in my house called a mezzanine. Do you know what a mezzanine is? Brian, you might know. You're 100
No.
years old. It basically means it's an in-between room. So you know when to build a house, there's a bit of an extra space, so it's turned into like a little room. But this room is like the size of like most modern living rooms. And I'm just gonna get it all plastered, shelved, and I'm gonna turn it into like a library. Because I do actually have, I've got like 200 books at home.
Yeah.
And they're currently all in boxes in the attic. So I'm just gonna turn it into a massive library.
And have a massive Doctor Who section of your library.
I'm just gonna call it the library.
Can there be silence in the library?
I'm gonna turn the lights off when people walk in.
Turn down the lights.
And it's just gonna be one of those spacesuit people, but it's gonna be glow in the dark. Hey, who turned out the lights?
2 shadows as well somehow.
Hey, who turned out the lights? Yeah. Martha Jones has left the library.
If you had 2 light sources.
Yeah, to cast 2 shadows from.
Oh, it's very low. I can't stand straight in that room. It's very low ceiling.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but because it's in between rooms, it's just leftover space. It's about. I'm 6'2". I have to slouch to be in there. My missus, she can stand straight. She's about 5'7". So if you're about that height, you'll be quite comfortable. And plus, once it's plastered, the ceiling's going to be a little bit lower as well.
How thick are you plastering it?
Why would you leave an extra bit of space when it could have been utilised? I don't fully understand.
It was a thing.
It's the way old houses were built.
Right.
Like they didn't.
Crazy.
They didn't like. Literally, houses were designed on paper, and then find extra space in the house. Like, whoa, we didn't account for this little bit, so we just board it up, and like, there's a little room for you. It's a really random room. When you come round to my house, I'll show you it.
Yeah,
I'll show you it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it for Whoniverse. Let's see, and that's it for the end of the show. Thanks for listening.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter. My handle is @Beach007.
And I am Watson's Musings, and you can follow Lewis in real life.
Okay, or you can check out my Twitter, Elbrook14.
Yeah.
I believe. And not the Elbrook 1937493739.
Get a real account.
That Jamie has put on my on this thing right here. Also, be sure to check out our YouTube channel of the same name.
You've been listening to Whoniverse. Have a week. Yes. No one joined in on that.